How's your camp going so far?
I've been pleased with it. It's been competitive out there. It's been good. Since I've been here, it's been probably the most competitive camp we've had, offense versus defense, I think. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with where we're at. I think there's obviously some things we got to shore up. Cadence, too many penalties. Having the refs out here has been good just to shine a light on it. But there's things for us to clean up.
I'll mention that the defensive line has been teeing off on you guys, creating false starts. What do you guys need to do to change that?
I think it's more about us, to be honest. I think the D-line's been playing great. They really have. But we've been mixing it up a decent amount. I think just honing in and everyone getting on the same page. I think once we could do that, it'll really take us to the next level.
Where do you see that competition? Is it the most competitive camp? I mean, where is that kind of showing up the most?
Just offense versus defense, honestly. I think, they'll get a turnover. We'll hit a couple big plays. Just the back and forth. Since I've been here, it really hasn't been much of that. It's one day the offense will dominate, the next day the defense will dominate. And here it's been literally, one plays them, one plays us. And I don't know, I've been on some good teams, and that's a good early mark of a good team. And I'm not saying we're there yet, but it's just it's a good mark of where we are right now.
At least one time today, D Ford was lining up to your right. What's it like seeing him back in a practice and a drill?
It's been fun. It's exciting to get him back out there. Just the energy he brings, the speed he brings. You have to be aware of where he's at. And they've been moving him around a little bit, trying to get the overload fronts and things like that. But no, it's always a pleasure to have him out there. Waiting to get Bosa back. Can't wait for those two to be together again.
Last week you talked about the unspoken body language rapport that you have with Brandon Ayuk. Trent Sherfield, it looks like you've developed a connection there with him. Is some of that natural connection there as well?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Trent's been very reliable. He really has. He's one of those guys who just, we have so much offense in right now. So much of the playbook is installed. We only got a couple more days of install, I think, that, some guys will get lost in all of it mentally. And he's been out there sharp every day. He's on his stuff. And as a quarterback, that's the main thing you could ask for from a receiver. Got to be on his stuff and in the spot you expect him to be.
So this is your fourth install. What is it? Can you just wake up and you know the stuff? What's it like when you've already been through it 4 times?
Well, with the Kyle Shanahan offense and Mike McDaniel, taking over the OC, it's always changing, I would say. So even when you think you know everything and you might have most of it down, there's new stuff every year that we install. And we had OTAs to get most of that going. But even out here, we'll do something and maybe they want to try something the next day, and it's something we've never done before. So they always keep you on your toes, and these coaches do a great job just keeping you guessing, but that's what you want in training camp.
Do you find yourself lobbying for some quarterback power?
I think they're saving that one in the back pocket for the season.
How has Trey Sermon adapted to playing in the offensive line?
He's been smooth so far. He really has. That whole running back room, it's kind of pick your poison. They all bring a little bit of a different flavor to it, but Trey's been he's been impressive. The guy, even just in the facility, the time he puts in after everything when everyone's gone, he's one of those last guys in. And, you appreciate that I have a young guy.
Jimmy, I want to ask a question about this guy, Trey Lance.
Heard of him.
Yeah. He's not falling down, throwing horrible passes. He looks pretty good, for a rookie. Do you look at this and say, hey, this guy, obviously, he picked number 3 for a reason, but do you look at it and say, man, he's coming pretty strong at me?
No. Training camp, you're worried about a lot of things. You can't start worrying about that stuff. I think, offensively, we've been playing well. I'm pretty happy with where we're at. Trey's been making some plays. Like all of it, we all got a long way to go. And so it's just, we're just getting started here in camp, and, we'll keep this thing rolling.
How much has he improved on the mental side of the game since he first got here?
I don't know. You'd probably have to ask him about that. But I think, just the play calling and things like that has definitely gotten smoother. It's probably, I would guess from OTAs to now it's easier for him, but you'd have to ask him that.
How much better does he make you as a coach?
I think that, the athleticism he brings and things like that, me, Josh, and Nate were kind of joking about it, just pushes us to be better athletes in a way. It's a different style. And so it's kind of pick your flavor that you want to, but yeah, it's training camp. You got a lot of things to worry about. You can't really worry about that stuff.
Another guy on the defensive line who's kind of forgetting is
Oh yeah, yeah. He had a couple plays today. I was just talking to him in the weight room, where I mean he just pushes 2 people out of the way and he's in the back. It's impressive, man. It really is. And when he gets angry, it's a different type of player out there. So I'm glad he's on our side right now. He's a tough one to go against.
A couple more guys. Install work. We see when Trey's out there, they're doing a ton of running plays with him. Are there kind of parallel paths, or do the receivers have to adapt to different plays being installed when obviously you're in and then when he takes over?
The install, we're all in there together for the same install. But I think just, it's more stuff for the receivers to learn, the O-line, different blocking schemes, things like that. But just, I don't know, it's kind of just the college game coming into the NFL now. It's a little different.
How do you feel about just where you're going with the ball, the right decisions? How do you feel about your decision-making through 6 practices?
I'm pretty happy with where I'm at. Obviously you want to keep improving. You want to be 100% every day. But, we've had some good days out here. We really have. And that's kind of what I was saying with the competitiveness. Just, if the defense wasn't picking me off or we weren't hitting big plays, you'd be concerned one way or the other. But we've got a little bit of both right now, and that's what, honestly, it makes for a good team. And so just got to keep that thing going.
So you occasionally give the defense a gift just to keep them happy?
I mean, if Fred got $95 million, you got to keep him happy somehow,
Kyle was saying how the zone read has kind of been in the playbook, dabbled with it. You mentioned 2017 versus the Texans. You pulled it, and it was
I know a play.
Take us through that play.
Did he explain the play?
No, he just said it was maybe the wrong decision.
He said what?
It might have been the wrong decision.
Yeah, I mean, he was pretty confident. He was like, pull it, we're going to get the edge on them. And as soon as I lined up and saw it was Clowney, I was like, all right, well, I hope we really get the edge on him. And, thankfully we pulled that one out. But that ain't my strong suit.
So to be clear, that was Kyle's fault, actually.
It was a team decision. We'll say that. All good? All right, thanks, guys.
Hey, Faithful, subscribe to our YouTube channel.